Hey guys, it's Timmy. This is Pro Wrestling Unlimited as we are here on January 4th, 2020 to talk about night one of Wrestle Kingdom 14. And yeah, I'm doing something different here. I'm actually on camera. I'm actually going to try this out, see if you guys like it. If you like it better with me on camera, then let me know and I'll make more of an effort to do more of these podcasts on camera when it's possible. But we're not here to talk about me and me being on camera and whatnot. We're here to talk about Wrestle Kingdom 14, Night 1, and what that means for tomorrow night, Night 2. So, we saw 8 matches tonight. Just every match really good. Some were okay matches because we had a lot of tag team matches early. But for the most part, all the main card matches that were, once we got past the 8-man tags, the 6-man tags and whatever, were just great. Really, really good. And so, let's see who's here with us in the live chat and get talking, because we have a 5.5-hour show to talk about. We've got Eric Williams, Kristen McNutt, John L. Jackson, Kai Orton, Jeff Guevara, and many more of you. So I'm going to do this recap. I'm not going to go like super in detail on all the multi-man tag team matches, but once we get to the title matches and stuff, then I'll go more into detail on those matches and the review for that. So on the pre-show, so we did see a pre-show match, 2 pre-show matches actually. The first one went about 7.5 minutes, where Toa Hanare, Clark Connors, Alex Coughlin, and Carl Fredericks defeated Togi Makabe, Tomokai Honma, I'm probably gonna butcher some of these names, Yoya Imura, and Yoda Teshio. I butchered that one. I think Carl Fredericks is gonna be a goddamn star very, very soon. He stands out in every match that he's in, and he's just really good. The other match that we did see on the pre-show saw Hiroshi Tenzan and Satoshi Kojima defeating Nagata and Nakanishi. Again, very solid tag team match here. They went about 5.5, 6 minutes. So let me move on to the main card. And on the main card, the first match was one of 2 Liger retirement matches. He's doing one match tonight with men from his past, teaming with and taking on. And then tomorrow, he's going to be going up against men of the future, I guess you can say. So they did a very long entrance sequence for this. Every man got an entrance. They got to walk down. They got introduced. But what was really cool is if you paid attention to the big screen, everybody's video was footage of them in matches in the past against Liger. I thought that was super cool that they went the extra step to find the old footage, get the old footage, put the old footage together, and clip it together for each guy's entrance. So in this match, we had Jushin Thunder Liger teaming with Tiger Mask, Tatsumi Fujinami, the Great Sasuke, and they had El Samura in their corner. Liger apparently wanted him to wrestle, but he couldn't. They took on Ryusuke Taguchi, Tatsushi Takawaya, Shinjiro Otani, and Naoki Sano, which they had Kunaiki Kobashi in their corner. So this was a crazy match because it's all these old guys, all these legends, and most of them looked really good. They made a point on commentary to state that all these guys still wrestle, that they're still active in the different companies that they wrestle for. A lot of them don't wrestle for New Japan. But they all pulled off everything they needed to pull off. Nobody messed anything up. Nobody looked like, oh, they're too old to be there. I guess there was a couple spots where, I can't remember who it was. I think it may have been Otani. Went to take like a bump, and he kind of like went down slow. It's okay. So Liger and Asano began the match. Those two will actually be teaming tomorrow. Liger used a single leg takedown. They did a drop-down leapfrog tackle spot. Sano hit a drop kick, then Liger, that sent Liger to the outside. Sano hit a tope suicida. Otani did a face wash spot in the corner on Liger after hitting Sasuke with a boot. Liger then hit a couple of shotes. A little bit later on in the match, Fujinami and Taguchi got tagged in. Fujinami hit a series of dragon screws. Then he used a dragon sleeper on Takawaye. Sasuke tagged in and missed a swanton bomb. Sano missed a double stomp on Sasuke. Sano then hit Sasuke with a superplex. Actually looked pretty good. Liger and Taguchi got tagged in here. Liger blocked a hip attack and then hit a top rope Frankensteiner for a 2. The match then broke down. Tiger Mask hit a dive to the floor. Sasuke missed a swanton. Liger then blocked a Dodon from Taguchi. Taguchi then hit 2 Enziguris and a Bame for a near fall. Taguchi then hit a Dodon and pinned Liger in the middle of the ring. So Liger took the pin. Liger got beat. The announcers played it up like this was a travesty almost, that, oh my God, Liger got beat in one of his last matches. What does this mean? But what else would you expect? A lot of times when you see the legend end their career, they ended on a loss. I mean, look how WWE has done it. Shawn Michaels, he got beat by The Undertaker. Ric Flair, he got beat by Shawn Michaels. Stone Cold Steve Austin got beat by The Rock. It's just how it's always been done. Scott was not happy that Liger lost here. Everyone posted together after the match. Very well done match. The next match saw Suzuki-gun's Zack Sabre Jr., Minoru Suzuki, Taichi, and El Desperado defeating LIJ's Shingo Takagi, Sanada, Evil, and Bushi. So early on, the action spilled to the outside. Suzuki used a chair on Evil. Back on the inside, Suzuki used a rear naked choke. He tried for a Gotch-style pile driver, but Evil blocked it. Desperado tagged in and used a chin lock. Taichi entered and Evil hit him with a suplex and then tagged out. Shingo tagged in and ran wild with corner clotheslines. Shingo is just great. One of the better wrestlers they had in all of 2019 in New Japan, in my opinion. He hit Taichi with a back elbow, right jab combination. Taichi removed his trousers. Taichi and Shingo traded kicks. Taichi hit a high kick and an enziguri. A little bit later on, Sanada and Sabre were in the ring. Sanada hit Sabre with a drop kick to the left knee. Bushi tagged in for a missile drop kick spot. LIJ then went 4-on-1 on Zack Sabre Jr. Bushi hit a backstabber. Desperado broke up a pinfall. Sabre then went for the Zack driver. Bushi blocked it. Sabre used a omoplata, then transitioned to another submission. Wasn't sure the name of that one, actually. He's trying to go for Bushi's arm with his legs in a crucifix position, and Bushi submitted. After the bell, Sanada went after Sabre ahead of their match tomorrow with the Rev Pro British Heavyweight Championship on the line. Sabre escaped the ring. A lot of good action in this match. I thought what we saw between Sabre and Sanada built up just enough for us to be like, ooh, this is going to be a fun match tomorrow night. Remember, these two will be battling. Zack Sabre Jr. will be putting the Revolution Pro British Heavyweight Championship on the line tomorrow night. So then we had Chaos, Hiroki Goto, Yoshihashi, Tomohiro Ishii taking on the Bullet Club's taking on the Bullet Club. Kenta, Bad Luck Fale, Yujiro Takahashi, and Chase Owens. Yano made a big show of wanting to start the match, then teased begging off, wanting to not go up against Fale early. Yano tried a couple of shoulder tackles. Fale answered with a shoulder tackle of his own. Yano untied a corner turnbuckle. I mean, what do you expect? It's Yano. He always takes the pads off. Yoshihashi and Owens got tagged in. Yoshihashi hit a headhunter, then traded chops. The two traded chops. Yoshihashi hit the ropes, but got pulled to the floor. Owens hit a suicide dive. Bullet Club then took over and teamed up on Yoshihashi. Yujiro hit a sliding dropkick for a 2. They did the Tongan massage parlor spot on Yoshihashi. A little bit later, Kenta and Goto got tagged in. This was their first action against one another tonight before their big match tomorrow. They did a Ushigoroshi on Yujiro. Goto followed with a Goto Revolution on Yujiro for the pin. So Goto picks up the victory ahead of his match tomorrow with Kenta, with Kenta's Never Openweight Championship on the line. And I think that's going to be a really, really fun match. The Never Openweight Championship matches at Wrestle Kingdom are usually really fun, just all out, brawl, beat the crap out of each other matches. And I don't see any different in this match with these two tomorrow. So then we move on to the first of a number of title matches. How many title matches do we have tonight? We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we had 5 title matches tonight, with the first being the Guerrillas of Destiny putting their heavyweight tag team championships on the line against what they call FinJuice. David Finlay and Juice Robinson. David Finlay and Juice Robinson won this opportunity by winning the Tag League, the World Tag League. So before the match even starts, Guerrillas of Destiny are coming down. FinJuice is already in the ring. FinJuice says, fuck this, and they brawl on the stage, or on the ramp. Juice took a backdrop on the ramp, and Finlay got tossed off the ramp to the floor. The bell rang as all the men got back into the ring. Guerrillas of Destiny went 2-on-1 against Juice for a little bit. Tama Tonga and Tanga Loa hit a double drop kick on Juice for a 2. Tama Tonga hit a splash in the corner. Tanga Loa tagged in. He tried a suplex, but Juice reversed into a inverted DDT. Finlay tagged in for his first action of the match, ran wild with some tackles and back elbows on Tanga Loa. He hit an uppercut forearm for off the second rope. Tama Tonga entered and cut him off. Finlay sent Tama Tonga up and over the top rope. Tanga Loa used a leg sweep to drop Finlay shoulder first on the top rope. Juice Robinson would finally get tagged in again. Juice hit 2 cannonballs on Tanga Loa. Juice hit a series of jabs. Tanga Loa blocked a left hand. He blocked the left hand of God and hit an enziguri, then a German suplex. Tama Tonga entered and missed a splash in the corner. Juice hit both Tama Tonga and Tanga Loa with big leg lariats. Finlay got the tag back in. He hit a plancha on Tanga Loa and hit a one-legged drop kick on Tama Tonga, but only got a 1 count off of it. Juice and Finlay then hit double flapjacks. Finlay teased a superplex, while Juice teased a top rope elbow. Tanga Loa cut both of them off. Tama Tonga hit a powerbomb on Finlay, but Juice broke up the pin. Jado. Oh, I skipped a spot. The Guerrillas of Destiny went for a magic killer. Finlay fought it off. Guerrillas of Destiny hit tandem neck breakers, but Finlay kicked out of a pinning attempt. Guerrillas of Destiny hit a magic killer on Finlay, but Juice broke up the pin, and Juice ate a magic killer for his trouble. Jado called for a super power bomb. Finlay turned it into a top rope Rana. Really cool spot here. Finlay then used the O'Connor roll for a near fall. Jado then hit Finlay with a kendo stick, caused another near fall. Finlay then hit a stunner on Tama Tonga. Tanga Loa broke up the pin. Tanga Loa then teased ape shit on Juice. Juice escaped and hit a left hand of God on Jado. Not once, but twice on Tanga Loa. Juice then hit the pulp of friction. Juice hit a left hand of God on Tama Tonga. Finlay hit the acid drop on Tama Tonga, covered him and pinned him. Surprisingly, I did not expect this. New tag team champions. New. Hear that again? New tag team champions after Guerrillas of Destiny just had an amazing run in 2019 as the champions. So I think both teams looked really good in this match. Guerrillas of Destiny, even though they lost, again, they were dominant in 2019. And now tomorrow, Juice has an opportunity to be a double champion. Juice is a tag team champion right now, but tomorrow he'll be facing the United States champion for that belt as well. And Speaking of the U.S. title, that match was up next as Jon Moxley challenged Lance Archer in a Texas death match with the not the WWE, the IWGP United States Championship on the line. Remember, Moxley never lost the belt. Moxley was unable to make an appearance, make a date for New Japan because of the typhoon going on. Hence, because he didn't make it, they automatically stripped him. One funny thing is Moxley's wife, Renee Young, was there with him. And she had her pass to be there, to get into the building and backstage or whatever. And it says family on the pass, but for her name, it said Miss Moxley. I thought that was pretty funny. She shared that on her Instagram. Moxley came down to the ring for his entrance, threw a bunch of chairs and trash can lids into the ring before getting into the ring. Moxley charged at Archer once he came down with a knee strike before the bell even rang. Archer hit a crossbody. Moxley hit a suicide dive. Moxley then sent Archer into the barricade twice. And forgot to tell you, if you were unaware what the actual rules of this match were, it was basically, they said knockout or submission, last man standing or submission. You have to knock your opponent down long enough for him to not get to the 10 count or make him tap out. So Moxley grabs a kendo stick. He teases a dive off the top rope with a stick. Archer cut him off by tossing a chair at him. Just threw the damn chair at him. Archer hit a couple more chair shots, then used a trash can lid. Archer hit a kendo stick shot, then choked Moxley with a stick. Archer continued to rain down kendo stick shots on Moxley. Archer lost his footing on a rope walk spot. There was a spot in the Jay White Naito match where Naito went to bounce off the ropes as well and slipped. So it could have been just, sweaty ropes. Moxley grabbed the kendo stick and hit a series of shots on Archer. Archer went for a pounce, but Moxley blocked it with a slide. Moxley then suplexed Archer onto two chairs and a lid. Moxley hit a regal knee on Archer, and he flew to the outside. Moxley tried to dive, and Archer caught him. And then Archer chokeslammed him on the apron. Moxley barely got up high enough for this apron chokeslam. So Archer's standing on the outside. Not on the apron, but on the outside next to the ring. Moxley dives out there. Archer catches him. Archer then goes to lift Moxley up for this choke slam. Moxley barely gets up high enough and then comes down on it. So I don't know exactly what happened there, whether it was Archer just didn't lift him right, Moxley didn't want to go up, but it was just a little weird. Where were we? Archer then hit a tope onto Moxley and a group of young lions at ringside. But that, I forgot a spot, was actually after Archer had climbed up on the apron with one of the young lions and chokeslammed him from the apron to the floor on top of Moxley. Archer then set up 4 chairs inside the ring. He hit a blackout on Moxley onto the chairs. Excuse me. Moxley again made it up by the 8 count. Archer used a EBD claw. Moxley slipped out of an armbar. Archer escaped and used a chokehold. Archer threw Moxley over his head by his throat. Just grabbed him and just right over. Moxley then hit a lariat in the corner. He blocked a chokeslam attempt and hit a Death Rider. Archer made it to his feet by 9. Moxley tried a second Death Rider, but Archer blocked it and hit him with a pounce. Archer then hit a chokeslam on a pile of chairs. Moxley barely got up by 9. Moxley then would flip off Archer, giving him the double middle fingers. Archer pulled a plastic bag out of his pants and used it to apply the EBD claw. He was basically trying to suffocate Moxley with a trash bag or a shopping bag. Looked like a little Walmart bag. Just the things they did in this match. Archer then went outside and set up 2 tables at ringside. Archer used the spikes from the helmet that he wore during his entrance. It's like an old school military helmet, but with a bunch of spikes. Freaking Darth Maul spikes coming out of it. and he used it to gouge the forehead of Moxley. Archer then teased a blackout off the apron through the tables, but Moxley blocked it. They fought on the apron, and Moxley hit a Death Rider off the apron through the tables. Archer somehow came out bleeding from this spot, was unable to make the count, and Moxley was able to retain his IWGP United States Championship that, like I said, he never lost. Again, I'm not sure exactly where the blood came from Archer, but he had it like all up in here on his arm. Just covered in blood. Weird that it's out of nowhere. So after this, just crazy match, Moxley gets in the ring, gets on the mic, and he says, I came to Tokyo to either leave with nothing or leave with it all. He told Juice Robinson, we're going to settle the score tomorrow. And if you're unsure, what he means by settle the score, because they had their, title match and Moxley just won it. Well, what happened was Moxley won the first encounter between him and Juice with the title on the line. Well, in the G1, the match between Moxley and Juice that Juice won was the match that actually eliminated Moxley from being in contention of winning B Block. So, Moxley's got a big win over Juice. He took the title from him. But Juice had a big win over Moxley. He eliminated him from G1. They were supposed to have their big rubber match, I guess you can call it, about 2 months ago or so. Didn't happen. Now we're getting it tomorrow night. The first two matches that these guys had together were really, really good. So hopefully this match can be really good tomorrow. I think it's just a straight up singles match, but knowing Moxley, he's going to probably try and use weapons. So next up, we had the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship match. Hiromu Takahashi challenging Will Ospreay. And this match was nothing short of a masterpiece. I'm going to say that right now. And honestly, going into it, I thought this could have been match of the night. For me, main event was my match of the night, and I thought this was a masterpiece. That was a masterpiece and a half, but we'll get to that. This match had just all kinds of emotion, storytelling. It took you on highs, it took you on lows. It was just great. So right at the onset, Hiromu charged at Ospreay, but Ospreay sidestepped him. They then started with some mat work. Ospreay out-wrestled Hiromu on the mat. They then did a sequence that you might have expected at the bell, teasing all their big moves, counters, and escapes very early. Hiromu teased a sunset bomb, and Ospreay blocked it with a Rana. Hiromu blocked a power bomb from Ospreay on the apron. He then hit a shotgun dropkick off the apron. Back inside the ring, Hiromu teased a head scissor over the top. Ospreay blocked it and then hit a draping DDT. He covered, but Hiromu kicked out at 2. And here's the issue. I noticed it from this match on. These refs were very, very inconsistent with their pin attempts and the cadence of their pin. So typically you see a referee go 1, 2, 3. Okay, you keep the same cadence throughout. But for a lot of this show, especially from this point on, the referees were going 1, 2, and a quarter. They knew it wasn't the finish, but they knew they couldn't call it a shoot. So they were just taking their time. And then it made the guys look like they couldn't kick out on time, so the ref had to stop it for them. It was just like 1, 2. Oh, and then to come back over really hard. No! It pissed a lot of people off online. That was one of the big criticisms of tonight. Really maybe the only criticism of the night. So Hiromu rolled to the outside. Ospreay cranked on his neck, wrenching it over the barricade. Ospreay hit a neck breaker on the floor. Ospreay rolled Hiromu back inside for a 1. Ospreay then used a snapmare, then used a leg and an arm choke. Hiromu rolled to the apron to force a break. Hiromu fired off some chops. Ospreay then hit a kick. Hiromu hit a wheelbarrow flatliner, low drop kick, and a Falcon Arrow for a near fall. Hiromu hit some chops on the in the ropes. Ospreay answered with a handspring kick. Hiromu then rolled to the outside. Ospreay missed a Sasuke special, barely not killing himself on the barricade. Then, Hiromu tried a German suplex on the ramp. Ospreay landed on his feet. Ospreay ran at Hiromu. Hiromu went for a belly-to-belly, barely got the belly-to-belly, and Ospreay went flying back into the ring through the ropes. Cool little sequence here. Ospreay then hit a Sasuke special. Got it all this time. This is probably the most creative sequence I've ever seen. It was just flip over the top rope. German, land on your feet, run, belly to belly, but the belly to belly threw you into the ring through the ropes. I've never seen that before. It was just great. Ospreay then hit a missile drop kick. Back in the ring, Ospreay hit a pip cheerio for a near fall. Ospreay missed a Robinson special. Hiromu hit a shotgun drop kick. Ospreay hit some high knees to the neck of Hiromu. Then a top rope 619. Ospreay hit a double stomp to the back of the head from the top to the floor with Hiromu draped over the middle rope. Ospreay hit a missile dropkick to the shoulder of Hiromu. Hiromu sold it as if he was hitting the head. And you could feel just the energy sucked out of the crowd here when they thought that he was hurt again. When they thought that he was kicked in the head, landed on his head, and they was just like, ooh. Ospreay in for the hidden blade. Hiromu collapsed to the mat before Ospreay could connect. Ospreay hit some short kicks to the head, then the cheeky Nando's kick. Ospreay climbed to the second rope with Hiromu in an electric chair position, and Hiromu slipped out. Hit a chop, and then tried a top rope Rana. Ospreay blocked it and went for an electric chair position again. Hiromu slipped out and delivered a destroyer from the second rope. This was a crazy sequence. Hiromu was bleeding from the nose at this point, only got a 2 count. Hiromu then hit a dynamite plunger for a 2. Ospreay fought off a lawn dart into the turnbuckle. He hit a tiger wall flip kick, enziguri, and a Robinson special. Hiromu blocked an Os cutter. Ospreay then hit Made in Japan for the near fall. Ospreay then hit a shooting star press for another near fall. Ospreay then finally hit the Os cutter, and Hiromu kicked out at the last possible second. Ospreay then hit a hook kick. He missed a hidden blade. Hiromu hit a pop-up powerbomb into a double down. They traded strikes and some knees, and then they got back to their feet. Hiromu plucked Ospreay out of the air off of an Os cutter attempt into a German suplex. Hiromu then hit a destroyer for a near fall. Hiromu then hit a Death Valley driver into the turnbuckle pads. Ospreay blocked a time bomb, and Hiromu hit 2 thrust kicks. Hiromu again tried a time bomb, and Ospreay hit a hook kick and went for Stormbreaker. Hiromu flipped out, hit the ropes, but he went for a standing Spanish fly and got a near fall. Ospreay absolutely killed Hiromu Takahashi with a hidden blade. Just slammed him right down on his head. Ospreay then went for the Stormbreaker. Hiromu turned it into a destroyer for a near fall. Hiromu then hits a big lariat and then the time bomb, but Ospreay kicks out at 2. Hiromu then hit a running forearm. He then hit a cradle driver, dropping Ospreay squarely on the back of his head. It was a new move. I've never seen it done this way. Kind of like an air raid crash over the knee kind of deal-ish thing, the way he had him. It was weird, but effective and cool looking and different. Hiromu covered Will Ospreay, pinned Will Ospreay, and became the new IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. Again, another guy that got his title back after he never lost it. Now tomorrow, Hiromu Takahashi will be teaming with Ryu Lee to take on the team in his final match, Jushin Thunder Liger, against teaming with Sano. So we got 2 matches left. With the IWGP Intercontinental Championship, Tetsuya Naito challenging Jay White in a really fun match. Match in about 33 minutes, almost 35 minutes-ish. Between 33, 35 minutes in that time frame. White paced around the ring before the bell, as he wasn't sure what to do. He had Geto out there with him. Naito rolled outside and grabbed Geto by the beard and was saying, "Hey, come get your boy." At least that's what it seemed like. He was yelling something in Japanese. He was like, "I got him. I got your guy." Naito then hit an arm drag and a hip toss, then a one-legged drop kick. White rolled outside. Naito hit a Tranquillo pose. Naito then hit a leg sweep. He then hit a backbreaker off the apron to the floor. Naito sent White chest first into the barricade. Back inside, Naito hit some stomps. Geto provided the distraction and a near fall around the 5-minute mark, allowing White to take over. Geto then again grabbed Naito's ankle off the apron. White crotched Naito into the post. Geto used a chair on Naito on his left knee and against the post. And that was the thing in this match, especially from here on. They said that Naito's been having knee problems, so, well, Jay White worked the knee. White sent Naito into the barricade, then wrenched over the leg on the railing. Back in the ring, White hit a Saito suplex. Naito rolled to the floor, while White hit a Tranquillo pose of his own. White used a Muda lock. Naito came back with a... it was just a weird... I think they called it on commentary. I'm going to butcher this name. Taharas off the second rope, then a leg sweep and a low drop kick. White tried to block a combination in the corner. Naito hit a low drop kick in the corner anyways, though. Naito used a crucifix hold. White forced a rope break. White ducked a lariat and hit a DDT. White then hit a Death Valley driver for a near fall around the 15-minute mark of the match. They then did a series of counter spots. Naito missed with 2 flying forearm attempts. White hit a chop. Naito grabbed the left arm and hit a series of hard elbows to the back. Naito then hit a flying forearm. White hit a complete shot, then a deadlift German suplex. White teased the superplex. Naito fought it off and hit a neck breaker over the knee. Naito went for a top rope Rana, but White dropped him face first on the top turnbuckle. White then hit a dragon screw over the middle rope around the 20-minute mark. He then tried to shoot Naito off the ropes, but Naito collapsed, selling the knee. They repeated the same spot with Naito collapsing. Naito couldn't connect a swinging DDT. White hit a Uranagi for a near fall. White then suplexed Naito over the top rope. Naito crashed onto the apron and fell to the floor. White tried a Blade Runner, but Naito blocked it on the first 2 attempts. White would finally hit it on the 3rd try. He then hit a Kiwi Crusher for a 2 count. Excuse me. White used a sleeper suplex, but Naito blocked it. White hit an inverted dragon screw, then used his TTO, an inverted figure 4. They did a long submission tease with you thinking that Naito may tap out. Naito couldn't make it to the ropes. Naito didn't know what to do. They said Naito maybe should roll him over to apply pressure on White. And finally, Naito did scamper over to the bottom rope, and White had to break the hold. White then tried to apply the hold a second time, and Naito spit in his face. And then he kicked him. Naito hit a rolling capo kick. White then hit the ropes and ran right into a pop-up spine buster and then they did a double down spot. Naito tried for Gloria. White fought it off with elbows to the head. Naito hit a series of hard elbows, and Geto jumped into the ring. And the announcer's just saying it. It's like, why is Geto in the ring? The ref's just looking at Geto. Geto didn't do anything, but the ref's just looking at him. And looking at him. And then finally the ref goes, "Oh, you shouldn't be here. Out! Out!" So, where was I? Geto jumped up into the ring. Naito fought him off, and the referee finally kicked him out. Naito then hit a top rope Frankensteiner, and then hit the Gloria for a near fall. Naito went for a Destino. A White dropped to the mat. Naito hit a low drop kick and went for a Destino again. White shoved Naito off into the referee this time. Geto jumped up into the ring with a chair. Naito swatted Geto away and then hit a low blow. White hit a low blow. Naito hit a dragon suplex to White. Geto jumped back in and ate a low blow. White hit Naito with a chair, then used a sleeper suplex. White went for a Blade Runner as the ref was revived. Naito blocked it. White hit another sleeper suplex. Naito popped right up and hit a Destino into another double down. Both men teased their finishers. Both men kicked out of each other's finishers here. A couple times, actually. Naito hit a Poison Rana, then a Destino for a near fall. Naito tried another Destino. White blocked it. He went for the Blade Runner, but Naito reversed it into a Valentina. Naito then finally hit another Destino and pinned the IWGP Intercontinental Champion, making him the new Intercontinental Champion and punching that ticket to next night, tomorrow night. That's not a real thing. Not next night, tomorrow night, where he will face the IWGP Heavyweight Champion and become the Double Dash Champion. I liked this. I thought the match was fun. Probably the third best match of the night. Then we move on to the main event. The match that I felt was the best match of the night. So this match went just shy of 40 minutes. And it was Kota Ibushi, the winner of the G1, challenging Kazuchika Okada for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. And this was nothing short of an amazing, masterful masterpiece. Like, I said that Hiromu and Ospreay was a masterpiece. This was a masterpiece times 2. This was a main event worthy of any Wrestle Kingdom, WrestleMania, Super Bowl, whatever you want to say. Big time show. So Ibushi comes out first. Normal Ibushi regular entrance. And Okada has this badass entrance where the lights are all down. The cameras go up to the top of the ramp and it looks like it's raining. Because, the Rainmaker. And these holograms are playing through the rain. And it looks like Okada walks out with an umbrella. And he's doing all these poses. And when he does the pose, different things happen on the screen or in the holograms because that's how it's set up. And then finally the pose shoots its arms out or something like that at one point. And the whole thing there's like a lightning blast. And the real Okada walks out. And Okada's got this just sweet looking white coat, white, pants or whatever they were. And they're kind of like when you put the black light on something and the way it glows in the black light, but the light wasn't hitting him every time. So the way the light would flicker off of it was just super cool and made the whole entrance all tied together look very, very badass. And then Okada took his pants off and revealed new tights or new underwear. New, what do you call them? Trunks. So they traded holds on the outside of this match. Okada wrenched on Ibushi's arm. Ibushi grounded Okada and worked on his legs. They methodically continued to trade holds. Ibushi used a hammerlock. Okada did the same thing though. Ibushi used a drop toe hold into a side headlock takeover. Okada used a head scissor to escape. Okada used a side headlock as they continued working each other over slowly. Okada hit a shoulder tackle. Ibushi kept up. They traded strikes. Ibushi ducked a Rainmaker attempt and hit a mid-kick and then used a standing moonsault to get a 2. Ibushi used a chin lock. Okada struggled in the hold, but finally forced a break. Ibushi then hit a thunderous kick. Okada answered with a running back elbow. Okada hit another back elbow and a DDT for a 2. Ibushi rolled to the outside. Okada sent him into the barricade, then hit a draping DDT off the railing. Okada tossed Ibushi back inside and made the cover, but only got a 1. Ibushi fired up here. Okada offered his neck, and Ibushi hit some hard forearms. Okada then answered with another DDT. Okada used a chin lock here. Ibushi elbowed out, then hit a drop kick. Ibushi then hit a leaping mid kick. Ibushi hit a power slam and a moonsault for a near fall. Okada reversed a whip into the buckle. He placed Ibushi on the top rope and drop kicked him to the floor. Okada sent Ibushi into the barricade, then booted him up and over it. Okada hit a running crossbody over the barricade, that same spot you see in all the big Okada matches. And then they go back into the inside of the ring where Okada used the red ink. Ibushi forced the rope break. We don't see Okada go for the submission often, but when he does, it's always a good spot because they really drag it out. Okada hit a scoop slam and a top rope elbow. He then hit his Rainmaker pose. Ibushi ducked a Rainmaker attempt and spiked himself on his head on what was supposed to be a backflip kick. The only mess up, I think, in this entire match. Okada pulled Ibushi up into a tombstone attempt. Ibushi reversed into a spike package pile driver. Ibushi jumped into the air to avoid a shotgun drop kick. Then hit a double stomp. Okada rolled to the outside. Ibushi hit a golden triangle off the top rope to the floor. Back inside, Ibushi hit a springboard drop kick. Okada then went for the air raid crash. Ibushi blocked it and hit a sit-out last ride for a near fall. Ibushi then went for the bomb A, and then Okada cut him off with a drop kick. Okada then hit a tombstone. He went for a Rainmaker, and Ibushi hooked his arms on the top rope to block it. Okada then hit an uppercut forearm, and Ibushi just no-sold it. So Okada threw another forearm, and Ibushi completely no-sold it. Another forearm, no-sold. Another shot, no-sold. Ibushi then takes his palm and just BWAP! Right on the chest of Okada, so hard that my chest started hurting. Okada then hits a drop kick. Ibushi just takes a flat back bump into a roll, pops right back up. Like, nothing gonna hurt me right now, goddamn. He then hits a strike to the face. Series of punches and kicks. Referee says, hey, watch that closed fist punch. Okada dropped to the mat, just like a sack of potatoes. Ibushi hit a series of heavy shots to a downed Okada as the referee was trying to pull him away. Red Shoes was like, let him up. Let him up. And as Red Shoes is trying to pull Ibushi away, Ibushi's softly but still just kicking at Okada. Back in the back, the butt, the leg, wherever. Finally, he got up. Ibushi teased a deadlift German from the apron to the ring. Okada blocked and tried a tombstone. Ibushi teased long darting Okada into the post. Okada then hit a tombstone on the apron to Ibushi. This was a scary sequence here. Ibushi barely made it back into the ring by 19. Remember, in New Japan, they have a 20 count for the count out. Okada hit an air raid crash for a near fall, and then hit heavy rain for another near fall. Okada hit a German, grabbing Ibushi's wrist on the landing. Okada went for a Rainmaker, and Ibushi countered into a thunderous Rainmaker of his own. This was one of the smoothest Rainmaker counters I've ever seen, especially a Rainmaker counter into a Rainmaker, because Okada does the Rainmaker like every other Rainmaker. He's got Ibushi. He spins him around, herks back for the clothesline, but instead Ibushi comes at him and hits him with the clothesline. It was just masterful. Okada rolled to the apron here. Ibushi hit a deadlift German from the second rope back into the ring for a 2 count at the 30-minute mark of this match. Okada landed right on his head on the suplex. Ibushi tried a lawn dart spot. Okada slipped out and hit a spinning tombstone. Okada went for a Rainmaker, and Ibushi reversed it into a Rainmaker of his own for a double down spot. Ibushi then hit a high kick off of a bomb A. Okada kicked out at 1. Ibushi hit another bomb A for a 2 count. Ibushi then hit a high kick and a Kamigoye. Okada kicked out at the last possible second. Okada kicked out. Ibushi tried another Kamigoye. Okada shoved him off and hit a picture-perfect drop kick, just as picture-perfect as Okada can. The two traded strikes from their knees. They climbed to their feet and continued striking. Ibushi was just throwing just the best-looking kicks you'll ever see, just the nastiest, hardest-looking kicks to the shoulders and the neck and the head of Okada. You can hear them crack him in the head. Ibushi's a hell of a striker. They get to the 35-minute mark. Ibushi hits another kick and collapsed. Ibushi made it to his feet and placed Okada on the top turnbuckle, or on the top rope. He teased a tope tiger driver. Now, here was the one thing I didn't like about this match, and it had nothing to do with Okada and Ibushi. It was the announcers. Okada or Ibushi would set up for a spot, and the announcer would try to predict it, and they would predict it wrong. But then they'd do it again. Oh, I think he's going for a tiger drive. No, wait, never mind. That's not what he's doing. I think because at one point, when Ibushi put Okada on the top rope, he climbs up there, and one of the announcers, I can't remember who said it, goes, "Oh, who does he think he is? Prince Devitt gonna go for the 1916 or the Bloody Sunday or whatever it was?" And then he tried to go for a tiger driver instead, and like, "Oh no, wait, never mind. He's going for a tiger driver." It was like that's like the third time in this match that they had done it, and by this time I was just like, just call it as you see it. Quit trying to predict. Okada tried a missile drop kick. Ibushi picked him out of so Ibushi gets pushed off the top rope, lands on his feet. Okada comes off the top like he's going for a drop kick, and Ibushi grabs his legs, pulls him in, and just boom, powerbomb. So smooth. Only got 2 count off of it. Ibushi missed a Phoenix splash spot. Okada hit a spinning Rainmaker and then a second Rainmaker. He stacked Ibushi, covered him, only got a 2. This was the closest near fall I've ever seen, and the referee was on cadence, and I was happy about that because Ibushi kicked out when he was supposed to, and the referee didn't give him any leeway. It was 1, 2, 3. Like, it was so close that Red Shoe's hand hit. You hear it hit, but you can see that Ibushi kicked out on time, and Red Shoe gets to his feet, and he goes, no, it was a 2. So he picks up Ibushi to go for another Rainmaker. Ibushi ducks, hits a high kick. Ibushi then hits a V-trigger and a Kamagoye. Okada blocked another attempt and hit a sit-out tombstone. Okada then hit another Rainmaker. 1, 2, 3. Whew. Okada was the only person to keep their title tonight. Okada defeats Ibushi, retains the heavyweight championship, and out would come Naito. So Naito would make his way out to the ring. He asked Okada if he remembered what he told him 2 years ago in the Tokyo Dome. Naito said that he's back in the spot, and he's going to beat Okada tomorrow night. Both men posed with their titles. Naito left the ring to Okada. Okada thanked the crowd for being there. He thanked Ibushi for the fight of his life. Okada said that he doesn't care what Naito wants. He's the strongest IWGP champion of all time. He again thanked the 40,008 that were there. They announced 40,008 paid fans. So there was more people there, but that was the paid number. He said that this was the best wrestling in the world, and he hopes to see everyone here again tomorrow night, where he will make it rain. So I thought this was just an amazing show from start to finish. Even the pre-show matches were good. And we're getting another show freaking tomorrow? Holy hell. I see Cameron Blackstar in the comments says, how did you watch the show? I watched it on Fight TV. You can also watch it if you subscribe to New Japan World, which is technically the cheaper option. Because if you get New Japan World, it's $9.99 for the month. If you get Fight TV, it's $24.99 for all 3 nights. So here's what you guys need to do. I'm going to give you guys a link. If you don't want to sign up New Japan World, give me 1 second. I'm going to get you guys a link that will basically, if you want to buy this through Fight TV, it's buy 2 get 1 free with this link. I'm gonna grab the link. I'm gonna put it in the chat. I'm gonna put it in the description. I have the link right here. Because if you order from New Japan World, it is the cheaper option. It's $9.99. You get everything for the month. You get New Year's Dash. You get both nights of Wrestle Kingdom. But if you're just like, no, I want it on Fight TV, each show is, and I don't think the link worked in the chat. The link will be in the description. I'm going to put the link in the description for you guys right now. Order Wrestle Kingdom from Fight TV. Link in the description. Just refresh the page. You'll get the link in the description. But here's the thing. So, New Japan World, $9.99. But not everybody can watch New Japan World because maybe they want to watch it on their TV. Maybe they got a Roku. New Japan World doesn't have a Roku app, but Fight TV has a Roku app. So what you can do is use this link. It will take you to their 3-day pass. It will get you tonight's show, tomorrow's show, and the New Year's Dash show the following night. Now, if you were to buy them all separately from Fight TV, it would be $24.99. But if you buy the 3-day pass, it's only $49.99. It's buy two, get one free. And if you use our link in the description, you'll also be supporting us here, Pro Wrestling Unlimited, as we do have an affiliate link with Fight TV. So it also helps us out if you order on Fight with our link that we do put out. But with that, that was Wrestle Kingdom. Akash, where to watch in India? Well, I assume New Japan World or Fight TV. Both are worldwide, I believe. I'm not from India. I don't know. You could try either of those, either New Japan World or Fight TV. There's only two options that I know of. But with that, this has been Wrestle Kingdom Night 1. We will be live again tomorrow for Wrestle Kingdom Night 2. That show is supposed to start, I think, 2 hours earlier. So that's good. But I want to thank all of you guys that stayed up and joined me here at, it's almost 5:30 a.m. East Coast time. Or no, Pacific time. For you guys on the East, it's almost 7:30 in the morning. Fuck it. Don't even go to bed. Again, thank you for joining me here. Thank you to everybody who watches later right here on YouTube or listens on podcast services all around the world. Again, we will be live again tomorrow night following Wrestle Kingdom Night 2. We will be live after New Year's Dash, and we'll be live Monday after Monday Night Raw. So have a good night, guys, or good morning, no matter where you are. Actually, even for me, it's 5 in the morning, so have a good morning. Oh, yeah, 8:30. My bad, I did my math wrong. It's 3 hours. So have a good morning, and we'll see you after Wrestle Kingdom Night 2.